Grab yourself a nitro cold brew and kick back. We're gonna talk wide body kits for the Supra. Top of the morning to you. And you too, Mr. Bob. All right, so I have been watching these different companies develop wide body kits for the Supra. And my favorite part about buying new cars and getting into the builds is finding inspiration and kind of doing the research, figuring out like which avenue I want to go down and just like the overall capabilities of what we can do with these cars. I do this with every car and I get a little bit obsessive about just researching and looking at all the options. I truly find some of the most enjoyment in that part of it, like the researching and the learning about these cars and new platforms. That's why it's always so exciting for me to do a new build. So recently I have been looking at a lot of different wide bodies just because I think that the Supra looks so good wide bodied. You know, TJ Hunt was one of the first people to kind of like publicly wide body the car and come up with his own design, which is amazing. I mean, talk about goals from someone who loves to make cars look good or add parts to cars and kind of have a vision and see it come to life. That is an absolute dream, to see your vision come to life and be able to sell it on a mass market, especially with a company like Street Fighter LA. To be able to partner with them and make that is just so cool. So big props to Tej and what he's doing. I just think it's incredible and his kit is absolutely sick. So I guess we'll just start this off with talking about his kit, the TJ Hunt Street Fighter LA Street Hunter collaboration wide body kit on the Supra. Now TJ was really smart about this, or they were really smart about this, because they decided to also manufacture the wing and the lip, the front lip, for non-wide body cars, which is freaking genius because it doesn't pigeonhole you into only doing wide body kits. A lot of the wide body kits that I've seen out there, the wing also depends on that wide body kit. Like, it would look really weird if you just put the wing on without the wide body. Whereas with TJ's, the wing looks really good even without the wide body. And that's why you see so many people going for that wing. It's such a good looking wing. And I also think it pays a lot of homage to the classic Supra with the 2JZ. It looks very similar to how that Supra was set up, and it kind of overall completes the body style with that long front, the oval sides, and then that big wing on the back. It kind of completes that Supra look that we all know and love from the classic JDM Toyota days. So as soon as I saw that TJ was making this kit, I was immediately on top of it. I watched his entire build series on the Supra, and honestly, when they put on the wheels and they finished the kit and they dropped the car down, I was just blown away. Like, my jaw just dropped. Oh my God, that is like the sexiest freaking Supra I've ever seen. And it still is. It's such a good looking wide body kit, front and back. I think they absolutely crushed it. I like how they stuck with contours that are a little more like oval shaped, a little more with the body lines. There's a lot of wide body kits that kind of hit hard edges, which don't look bad. But I like how TJ's kit is very form-fitting to the car. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I also think that John Sybil like co-designed this or designed this with TJ, who is really well known in the industry for just designing cars and designing wide bodies and aftermarket parts for these cars. But this kit is so sick, and the cutaways in the back and the rear quarters, how you can see all that tire. Oh man, like as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my God, I need to have that kit. So I'm still a huge fan of the Street Hunter wide body kit, and just the motivation that was behind it and the idea and the fact that TJ, like, you know, this is his first kit that he made himself, produced it for a mass market, is just so cool. And I think that this is gonna be probably one of the most iconic kits that he ever makes. Also because when he first bought his Supra, it was like brand new when he made this wide body kit. So moving on to the next kit that I've been lately obsessing over is the Liberty Walk kit, which the Liberty Walk kit looks absolutely mental, man. It definitely has the Liberty Walk just passion behind it. You can tell it's very, very hard-edged, aggressive. It looks like a freaking spaceship. Like, it does not look like it belongs on Earth. But that's also why I really like it, because it's so aggressive and so out of this world, and something that you would definitely not see that often. I imagine myself just like driving down the road, like here in Charlotte, North Carolina, like going to get Starbucks in this like legitimate UFO machine. Like, people would just be like, what the hell is that car? The Supra already has such a crazy presence to it that, like, once you wide body it and you do something like that to it, like, it just looks absolutely out of this world. So huge props on Liberty Walk. I mean, let's be honest, like, Liberty Walk has been out here for a long time making wide body kits, and they're so good at it. They just absolutely crush it every time. I really do like the hard edges on the Liberty Walk kit, the really aggressive, like, hard-edged wing and the side fenders and the flat bottoms. It looks really, really sick. To kind of put things in perspective, you guys, like, the TJ Hunt kit with all the carbon stuff is right around $8,000. The Liberty Walk kit is like $16,000, $17,000 if you wanted to do that kit. It also takes a really long time to get. From what I understand, it's like 4 months. If I wanted to order that kit, it would take 4 months to get here from the time of me paying $16,000 or whatever it would be. The Street Hunter kit is made and readily available. I could have it in 5 days. Incredible. So that's also something that TJ did that is smart. He's not creating these long wait times because his kit is already produced and manufactured, that they're ready to ship and ready to go. They're in stock. So a lot of these other wide body companies, they don't make them in mass quantities. They don't build up inventory like that. They make them per order, which means that you have to wait a long time until you get the kit. Now, I know there's a lot of other ones out there like the Pandem and the HKS. I personally am not a fan of the Pandem kit. I just don't like the way it looks. I really don't like the back end. My favorite wide body kits are very minimal and they don't affect the rear trunk lid. Like, I think that the rear trunk lid on these cars look amazing. And like the Pandem completely covers that up and makes it like this big ovally butt. It just looks weird and it doesn't look right on the car. It's just like trying too hard, in my opinion. I really like the Liberty Walk. I really like the Street Hunter kit. And then lastly, I really like the Prior Designs. I think it's Prior or Prior Design. I don't know how you pronounce it. Prior Designs just announced that they're doing this kit. They don't actually have this in production. It is still a concept, which is a huge bummer because, oh my God, is it beautiful. Beautiful wide body kit. I mean, they absolutely crushed it with that wide body kit. It is beautiful. I watched the full announcement video, even though it's not in English, none of it is. I sat there and watched the entire thing because I was so intrigued. And even the programs that they use to like design these wide body kits is so cool. Like, that's something that I definitely want to get into in the future and learn how to use those programs, because I would have a blast like just making wide body kits and parts for cars. So Prior Designs, it looks like they actually do a lot of different wide body kits for different cars. And they all look consistently good. Like, there's none on there that I was like, oh, that's nasty. Whereas like some of these companies, oh, he doesn't like the TED Talk, he's out. Some of these companies, they just, you know, they make some kits where it's like, what happened? Like, that looks awful. I think that some companies just like try too hard when it comes to these wide body kits. The Prior Designs kit is so sexy. And the reason it's so sexy is because it widens the car without trying too hard. Like, it's not creating these gigantic fenders that don't go with the body lines. It's very subtle, very clean. It has like these cool like little functional air dams that are created, and it just goes with the body line so well. It looks like the car was made to have that kit on it. Sometimes when you see these wide body kits for these cars, it's almost like the car was an afterthought and the wide body kit like was first. Like, they designed the kit and then put it on the car and it doesn't really like go together well. I think the way to approach a wide body kit is to always have the car in mind. And if you're not promoting or helping accentuate the features and body lines on the car that make the Supra so beautiful as it is, then it kind of takes away from that design. So I think Prior Designs, like, I think they killed it, absolutely killed it on this kit, man. And I've just, you know, ever since they released the video, I just can't I can't get over it. Like, it looks so good. I think the perfect kit would be the Prior Designs wide body kit with the Street Hunter rear wing. That would be like the perfect combination. If only this wasn't just a concept and it was already in production, this kit would be absolutely killing it and selling huge. The wing is pretty aggressive. I mean, it looks like it is a frame mounted wing, but you know, for like street driving and like shows, like I think it looks absolutely sick with the wing. But for me personally, I would do something more like OEM-ish, like TJ's Street Hunter wing. I think that the Street Hunter wing is selling so good, like so well. So many people, if you go on YouTube and like search up Street Hunter wing, everybody's buying it for their Supra. I'll buy it for my Supra. I mean, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous wing, and it just does so much for the car, and I think it like pays a lot of homage to the classic JDM Supra, so it makes sense. These like giant race car wings, I mean, they're cool, like they look super badass, but they're also extra, man. Like that's really like, yeah, it's a little much. For my taste, it's a little much. If I were to do a wing like this, it would be something like an APR wing, where it wouldn't be super high and super crazy, but it would be a nice, like, tasteful wing. So those are the 3 wide body kits that I think are like the top contenders. There's a lot more out there. I think there's an HKS one. There is the Pandem wide body. Definitely I've seen a few more. I'm just not listing them here. But the top 3 are for sure the Street Hunter kit, the Prior Designs, and the Liberty Walk. I think those 3 are the top contenders right now. Street Hunter is fantastic because of the price point, and it's in stock, and you can buy it, and you can get it within 5 days. I mean, they're gonna make a killing on that wide body kit and the parts that they're manufacturing for the Supra because they have them ready to go. They're inventoried, they're manufactured, they fit well, they're ready to ship, pay, and you get your product. A lot of companies, they have this older business model where it's production by pay, so you pay and then they make it, which just creates a lot of time in between the point of you paying and the point of you actually receiving the product. You know, for Liberty Walk, like they're a massive company and they do such incredible work. But for that kit to be 4 months out and cost 3 times the price of most kits, for that I'm out. Like that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I think if you're gonna make that commitment to cut fenders on a car, like paying $15,000 for the wide body kit and have it be as unique as it is with Liberty Walk is fine. Like I get that. I understand why people would do that and pay that amount of money. But to wait 4 months, man, you'd have to be planning pretty far out. So for me personally, the Liberty Walk kit is just out, and unfortunately, the Prior Design wide body is just a concept. So we're kind of, I mean, in my opinion, the cleanest one out there that you can actually get your hands on right now is definitely the Street Hunter kit. But there are still some little things that I would personally even change with the Street Hunter kit. And you also have to understand that, you know, these wide body kits, they still take extensive modification to make them fit well and make the overall product look really good. You guys, if you watched SOS Customs or like on YouTube, those are the guys, Oscar over there, who actually installed the wide body kit on TJ's car. And he's also done wide body installs like the HKS kit. I watched all these series because I just find that whole process really interesting, and it's very involved. People don't realize you don't just get a wide body kit and then paint it and slap it on a car, cut your fenders and call it a day. There are so many steps. If you're gonna do it right, there are so many steps to actually installing a wide body properly. And it takes a lot of money and a lot of time. We're talking like $10,000 to have it done properly, the right way. So on top of paying for the kit, paying for the labor, you know, the install, everything, you're making a huge decision. You're cutting the fenders on your car. So that is a full send move. You're not really gonna come back from that. Once you decide to cut the fenders on your car, you have gone all in. We personally on this channel have never gone all in, but it's definitely something that I'm considering for this build. And you know, some people won't be into that, which is totally fine. I do feel like I'm at the point where I want to set myself apart a little bit from other people and kind of do the things that other people aren't willing to do. So this may or may not be one of them. Anyways, guys, I know we don't really do videos like this much, where it's just like me chatting in front of the computer and talking about inspiration, ideas, and things that I'm looking at for the cars. I'm gonna kind of make a point to do this a little more in the future because I think that there's some value in it, And sometimes it's just nice to see where my head's at with the build, you know? I'm not saying for sure that I am going to do this or which kit I am gonna do, but it is nice to see the options that we have out there. Anyways, guys, tell me down below, what do you think of the wide body kits? What's your favorite one that's out there? Maybe I missed one, and if I did, leave it down below. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the video. Please do subscribe, comment down below, like this video, hit that bell notification, and just like that, this video's over, and we're out. Peace.